is it. Right, in this video I'm just going to show you, I'm going to show you blending metallics. So we've got this Titan RAV4 in. It's a bit of an old beast, but it's in good condition for the age and the mileage, and the guy really looks after it. I think what he had done is he had a second-hand door fitted in the same colour or similar colour, but after a little while after it was fitted, all the clear coat started crazing and deteriorating and faded. So basically what we've done is we've just machined off that door with 240 all over, got all that old paint off, and then we've two-pack primed it. So I've two-pack primed it with Mipa 4+1, but I've done there, it's called compact filler, so it's a bit of a different mixing ratio. I think it's 5:1 and it's 20% thinner, so it's like a thinner coat. It's got less build, which, you know, is ideal for jobs like this, where it hasn't got any sort of filler repairs. There's a couple of little dings in it, but nothing major. So yeah, if it doesn't require, you know, a high build, then it's a good option, that compact filler, or for small repairs, and it dries quick as well. So yeah, basically I'm going to mask this up, get it all masked up, and then I'll be colouring that door and blending into the adjacent panels, the quarter panel and the door. But what I'll do first is Mipa have got a blender additive that you spray over the whole job first, and then colour that door and then blend out. So yeah, I'll record some footage of it, me masking it and then painting it. I'll just show you what I do with soft edges in door shuts and stuff. Obviously you can buy like soft edge foam. J-Tape do various soft edge foams, different sizes and different shapes depending on the application, and they're all pretty decent, they're all right. But I found over the years, if you just used the foam on its own in this here, yeah, it's good. It will seal up the gap between the two panels and stop overspray from going all inside the doors. Also stop any debris or dust coming out, which that's what it's good for. But I find the edge it leaves, it's nasty really. I've tried various different ways of putting it on, and it's prone to sometimes curl. You sort of have to press the soft edge foam in when it's on there. I think it sort of squishes the adhesive on it and helps it to stick better, but especially if you've had to put a bit of heat into the booth and stuff, and especially if you've got, you know, a few layers of base coat and stuff building up, it leaves a nasty edge. So I think the best edge you can get, you're always going to get some sort of edge off of a soft edge, but you want to try and keep it minimal really. So doing it with 1-inch tape, I find the neatest way, but I sort of use a combination of the both ends. So instead of having a paper all in here or tape all in here with 2-inch tape, and same on the door, and if you're doing a whole side it'd be both doors. I use a combination of the both. Try and do this while I'm holding the camera. So I'll do my 1-inch soft edge. It's a bit neater than using the foam that I find. And then I use the tape on top of it. That sort of gives you the best of both worlds then. Try and do this one-handed. So yeah, then I'll just use the foam on the top. So we'll put the adhesive inwards. And then yeah, I find you get a nicer soft edge because you've used your tape, but then you've got the benefits of not having to block off all the shuts and the inners of the doors and stuff with tape and paper. So yeah, I'll just show you that's the way I do door shuts, soft edges anyway. blend on this door, ideally I like to take everything off. Sometimes it's not worth the hassle of anything breaking or bending, like this scraper moulding. The mirror's okay, I can get underneath it. Just for a blend panel, sometimes it's just not worth it. Sometimes I've been there so many times where I've messed about trying to get stuff off without bending or breaking it, just for the blend panel, and it just causes you a lot of grief further on. I took it off this one, and if it had come off easy here, I would have just took the door card off because it's not that difficult, and got the mirror and that one off. But that was a real git to get off. That was. I managed to get it off, and I didn't break it or bend it. But because that was so difficult, I thought I'm going to leave this one on. So that's why I'm masking that. But ideally, yeah, you want to take all the furniture off of any panel you're painting. Sometimes you've got to weigh it up, really, whether it's worth it or not. And we'll give it a really good key there, and there is a slight gap. And using this tape, instead of just standard masking tape, using this jack tape, it's a bit of a cleaner edge off of this tape, so that's what I use this for rubbers really, mainly. Anything that's tight, that might have a bit of build up between it, this peels off cleaner. So that's it now, it's pretty much masked up. Just got to put the sheeting on it, but I'll check the colour out first and then get the sheeting on there, get it all bagged up, get the colour mixed, and then I'll explain with the blender that goes on there first, and then film me base coating it, blending it, flicking it out, and then clear coating it all. But yeah, I've really enjoyed doing what I've been doing so far with all this stuff. It's all new to me, like I said at the beginning. And I've had a few issues with the camera, working out, the settings and stuff, and the footage. And I've had a few issues with my computer as well. I couldn't keep up with what I was doing on there. So that crashed and burned for a week. But I've got that back now. And I've had a few things upgraded. It's an older Mac, like a 2012 it is, but the guy said it was a good machine, so I've upgraded a few things on that, and so yeah, that's back up and running, and it's running better than it's ever run, to be honest with you. So yeah, but I take my hat off to everybody that does this type of thing. I watch YouTube all the time. I don't even watch telly. It's normally cars or Oasis. Old Oasis footage is what I watch on YouTube. But yeah, I take my hat off to anyone that makes videos. I don't think a lot of people may not realise how much goes into it, because I find it, at the moment I find it really time consuming, especially when people, like myself, are doing it on top of your full-time job or your business, having to run that and do the job, and then to do the YouTube with it as well. It's yes, it's very time consuming, and you've got family and all your other chores and stuff that you should be doing as well. But like I say, I've really enjoyed it, and I've had some positive comments from a few people, and yeah, a guy reached out to me, Grant Smart Repairs, and yeah, I've watched a few of his videos. He does some good work, and he's got some good videos, and he seems really genuine and down to earth. So thanks to Grant for commenting on my videos and giving me some advice. And yeah, hopefully I can improve the content and improve the image quality. That's one thing I need to improve. And then yeah, and just keep filming what I do and showing people what I do, and yeah, hopefully people enjoy it. But yeah, let's crack on. That's it for the masking. I'm just gonna put the handles. I'm gonna just coat the handles because they were a different colour. All the plastics seem to have gone a completely different colour to the car, and I thought they wouldn't look very good against that painted. So I'll hang these handles up and then get the colour mixed, and then talk you through what I'm going to do next with the blending. Right, so the RAV4's all degreased and blown off and ready now, ready to start painting. So the first thing I'm going to put on there is it's called blender coat. So Mipa do a product that goes on there first, which is that blender coat, and you put one light coat across the whole job. So over your repair panels, the panels that you're colouring, and over your blend panels as well. It dries completely transparent, so you can clear coat straight over it. You don't see it at all. It doesn't affect the colour or anything. I found it does help. I think it definitely does help with blending, without a doubt, especially on the higher metallic colours. The only issue I found with it once was it doesn't nib. So I had a job where I was blending into a roof on a Jag, and I had a little speck going in there, and it was a little coloured speck, so I tried to nib it out, and it just sort of started rolling back. It was like, I don't know, like a plasticky film on there. So that's the only issue I found with it, and it did sort of show through a little bit where I nibbed it. So that's probably the only thing I found so far that could be an issue with it, is if you get anything landing it in your blend area where you're not going to colour, it doesn't seem to nib. But apart from that, it seems to work well. I've had silvers and stuff blend, and they blend in really well with it. So we'll put a coat of that on, dry that out, that needs drying out, and then we'll put the usual 2.5 coats of base coat, because it'll cover well, half coat, then a sort of double coat, not full double coat, but like a start from the bottom, work your way up, and then come back down again. There's a double coat, and do some flicking out there a bit further, and then when that's all dried out, I dry that out, and then drop coat at 1 bar and blend out at 1 bar, and it should be fine. Fingers crossed anyway. Once the overspray's cleared, I then put the booth on bake at 45 degrees. Let the heat get in there till it's nearly up to temperature, and then use a blow gun to dry it, and it doesn't take too long to dry. Once that's dried, I then put it back on spray, turn the burner off and let it cool down until it gets to 20 degrees again. Now all the base coat's dry and the booth's back down to 22 degrees, I start drop coating, so I set the gun pressure at 1 bar and put full trigger but increased distance drop coat over the panel that I've base coated, and then start flicking out over my blend areas. I do 1 coat of this, let it dry, and then check it. If it needs more blending, then I'll flick a bit more out and flick it a little bit further. video on blended metallics. It's okay to blend this sort of colour, silvery blues, anything silvery coloured can always be a bit of a nightmare. You always leave like a light silvery edge on where you're blending. Sometimes worse than silver. But yeah, it's blended okay. It's all going in alright. Pretty clean. The colour on the colour chips, the colour chips I had, none of them look great. Yeah, it's blended okay, so yeah.